So a few months back, I made a video about how my friend Christian and I found a loophole that let our $0 budget horror film, Unsubscribe, make it to the #1 box office movie in America. And now, 5 months later, we might be winning an Oscar. So here's a little recap of the story. I am not only a YouTuber who's got really cool merch that you can buy right now, I'm also an actor with a real IMDb, and I have a really cool friend named Christian Nilsson, who is an incredible director and writer, and we both met at BuzzFeed, and even though we have a huge age gap, and Christian is very cool, calm, collected, wears suits all the time, and I'm very goofy and usually don't wear clothes, we connected because we have this love for making movies, and that's our dream. We want to make films. Ever since I was a little kid, all I wanted to do was act, and recently I've actually been doing it, which is crazy. And Christian, for the past 5 years, has been working on his film called West Hampton. So we were both really excited. We were pursuing our dreams until the world stopped.
Dangerous virus is spreading rapidly in China, and U.S. officials are very worried that it could come here.
Once COVID hit, all of my acting projects got canceled, and Christian's film lost funding. And so I hit up Christian, and I was like, hey, what do we do? How do we take advantage of this crazy time?
Two guys fulfilled the dream of having the #1 movie in America thanks to a loophole.
All we had to do to become the #1 box office movie in America was rent out a theater for a small amount of money because all theaters were closed. Then we could play the movie over and over again, buy out all the seats, and then the money that we spent on the seats would go right into our pocket because we rented out the theater. In a single day, Christian wrote the script and I casted the movie. I got Zach Kornfeld involved, Michelle Khare, Thomas Bragg from Yes Theory, Sneeko, Lauren Brodoff, and Charlie Tahan from Ozark. We shot the movie, made it, then rented a theater for a single day for a single $1, and then we played the movie a total of 5 times, which cost us $25,488, which means we made $25,488. Then we reported those numbers, and IMDb Box Office Mojo announced that we were the #1 box office movie in America. Not only do I have an IMDb, I'm now in a movie that, according to IMDb, is the hottest movie of the summer. I guess the world thought the story was pretty cool because it went viral, insanely viral. CBS even gave us our own segment.
The moment it popped into my head, like I noticed that box office numbers were so low, and I've been trying to make content. I was like, if I can make the #1 box office movie in America, that's a huge idea.
So it might seem like the story ends here. 2 guys trying to make it in Hollywood, pull a stunt, everyone in Hollywood talking about them. Now what? Well, while we were shooting the CBS segment, the reporter jokingly said, you guys should try and win an Oscar. And well, that's what we're gonna do. So the film we made, Unsubscribe, is a short film, and traditionally there are only 2 ways to qualify for the Best Live Action Short Film Oscar. 1, you have to win an Oscar qualifying film festival. Or 2, you have to have a 7-day consecutive run at a recognized theater in New York City or LA. So our brains started churning, and we saw an opportunity. So here's where it gets interesting. Because of the pandemic, most film festivals were canceled, and most theaters in New York City and LA are closed. So that means there's not gonna be that many short films qualifying for the Oscar. We actually have a pretty big chance of winning a fucking Oscar. Like, if you know math and percentages, we're probably gonna win an Oscar is what I'm saying. So while I got back to doing silly YouTube videos and doing edibles with my mom, Christian started doing some investigative research. And he found out that the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences had updated their rules and regulations. Because theaters in New York and LA were closed, they added a few cities: Chicago, Miami, and Atlanta. So Christian started calling a bunch of theaters, and
That's a no. It sounds like a big fat no.
why would they say yes? There's a pandemic. Even Timothée Chalamet movies are being put on hold. But we didn't give up. Well, Christian didn't give up. I was still doing edibles with my mom.
I'm just feeling the sound of my dog licking water.
After weeks of calling, Christian finally got a theater to agree, the Davis Theater in Chicago. And it was perfect timing because you only have 60 days to qualify after your initial premiere, and by the time we get to Chicago, we'd only have 2 days to spare. So we grabbed our tuxedos and flew out the next day.
So I'm driving to the airport to meet Christian in Chicago, and I just realized I booked a ticket for September instead of August.
This commute has been pretty easy. Hopefully Eric's been having a similar experience.
Fuck. How are we gonna get nominated for the Oscars when I can't even buy a ticket normally?
Look at the weather. I'm driving this kid to an airport. I don't want him to fly. This is nuts.
What up, buddy? Hop in.
Has your naked body touched this bed yet?
Maybe. But not long enough for me to like sweat on it or anything. Here, get in this one.
I just saw your dick.
When Christian and I were in Chicago, we were just having a great time because we weren't nervous. Like with the #1 box office stunt, we didn't know what would happen afterwards. Would anybody pick up the story? Would it go viral? What would happen? With this, there's no unknowns. We're following all the rules, we know exactly what we're doing, and there's no doubt in our mind that our $0 budget film is gonna win a fucking Oscar.
Dude, we're about to go to the Oscars.
Oh, dude. Fuck.
What's up? Did you forget the bow tie?
I forgot my shoes.
What shoes you have?
I only have my white sneakers.
You look like such an idiot.
No!
This isn't like the look that you would really associate with people that are about to go for an Oscar, though, is it?
No. We look like two dweebs, bro.
When we were driving to the theater to give them the film, we got an email informing us that due to the pandemic and loss of business, the theater actually had to close.
No, so they're not.
Yeah,
Can they play it still?
They just canceled it.
But can they still play it like with
they
no?
can't. It has to be a public screening.
Now I'm just in Chicago with a 30-year-old dude named Christian. It's terrible. It's terrible.
So close. That was the only theater that agreed.
Don't cry.
We were really upset, genuinely, because we were out of options. I mean, we had to find a theater that day. Otherwise, we passed the 60-day mark, and the whole bit is done. So our only option was to just keep calling every theater in Chicago.
We are temporarily closed.
Right when we were about to give up, we were literally booking a flight back home. Christian got a call, and he stepped outside.
Music Box Theater, this is Buck.
Hey, Buck, it's Christian Milton. How are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Music Box Theater, buddy.
No, they're gonna play it?
Music today. They'll literally start today.
We freaking did it, baby!
Within minutes, they put us on their website, proving that we had locked in a 7-day consecutive run, and we immediately sprinted over to the theater to hand them a digital copy of the movie. We were the first in line to buy tickets. We were also the only ones in line to buy tickets. I don't know why, probably because of social distancing. I mean, it's the #1 box office movie in America. Everyone was dying to see it, they just couldn't because of restrictions and stuff. Otherwise, it would have been packed.
Come on, guys. Eric or Michelle? You don't pick, I will.
Damn, dude, I haven't seen this in so long. It's so good.
We got the papers on our final qualifying day.
This document may have just made us qualify for the Oscars.
We did
might
it.
Be out, like.
Now the big question is, did all of this work pay off? Well, for some reason, we are not allowed to actually say if we qualified for an Oscar because it's against the official rules, and we were told that we would be immediately disqualified if we told anybody that we qualified. But all I'm gonna say is, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? And we won't know if we officially got nominated for an Oscar until February, so until then, if you wanna help out, all you gotta do is hit like on this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share it. Actually share it, because if this story gets picked up and goes viral, I think the Oscars would be incentivized to include our film in the Oscar show. You can also go watch Unsubscribe Now on Vimeo for 30% off using promo code OSCARS30. And I am still currently unemployed, even though I'm doing all this cool stuff. So if you do want to support this channel and support me, buy some of this sick merch. Hopefully you guys see us at the Oscars. Love ya, stay weird.